Peace fam. Welcome. Thanks for liking the live. Let's see. We're gonna pin this bad boy. This is the Patreon link that I'm pinning to the top. This is where I teach you everything that I know about astrology, tarot. Kiki, how are you? It's good to see you. It has been a long time. How have you been? Did you have a good new moon last night? Well, really it was yesterday at like 8:30 in the morning, but we still have the energy palpable today. Trying to figure out how to pin this here. What you been up to? I hope you've been well. So that is the link to the Patreon. It's a community where we focus on self-love, sensuality, and the divine feminine through tarot, through astrology, through moon cycles. We focus on the new moon over there, and every new moon I provide a digital guide to help you plan with it, to help you grow with it, to help you embrace that energy. So obviously this new moon has passed, but the next new moon that's coming up, there will also be a digital guide that I post a week before the new moon hits. If you're working on art, I'm still working at that job you got. Okay. How's that going? Are you feeling good about that, or is it time for a change? Also, if you know your birth chart info, you should look up and see where Gemini is in your chart, because that is the part of your life that's being highlighted right now. So if you're feeling like, I don't know where I should be focusing, pull your birth chart. You're going to need your date, time, and place of birth. Type it into the little calculators, and then it'll show you like a clock. It'll show you a circle. Yeah. Go check it out and tell me what house. Tell me what house it's in, and we can talk a little bit about what you can expect. And if you are interested in a mini birth chart reading, you can send the donation. This goes to anybody. Send the $15 donation and I will pull it for you. I'll pull the transits so you know what's going on. What up, Ramon? How are you? Happy new moon. So like I was saying before, the day after, so the day of a new moon is a good time to set your intentions, to do whatever rituals, if that's what you're into. The day after the new moon is a really good time to take some action toward that goal, okay? So think about the things that you want to create for yourself over this next 28-day cycle. And also think about what you want to create for yourself for the next year, since Jupiter is in Gemini until next June, okay? And then take a small step, even if it's just one small step toward that direction. Can I read cards for you? Yeah, you got to send a donation though to Cash App. Otherwise, you get what you get sitting here. And that goes for every new moon. The day of the new moon is a good time for you to set your intentions and do your rituals. The day after is a great time to take some action toward your goals, because manifestation doesn't just happen from sitting and doing nothing. you had to take a few steps, okay? Pink and white. Who sings that? Hopefully it's a nice song, radio. If it's a nice song, thank you. If it's not a nice song, no thank you. It is Boho Healing Co. on Cash App. I'll put it in the chat. It's in the title of the video. Your Gemini's in the... Okay, so for you, with... So Jupiter is in Gemini, and the new moon was in the sign of Gemini. So for you in the 7th house, there is an emphasis on relationships. So you could be meeting new romantic partners, meeting new business partners, meeting really important friendships, having important friendships, changing relationships, changing friendships, changing jobs. So the 7th house is the house of relationships. It's the house that Libra rules. So you're going to be seeing a lot more people in your life, a lot more options in your life. And more options can be a good thing, but that doesn't mean all of the options are going to be good ones. So what you should focus on is what kind of person, what kind of people. Oh, by Frank Ocean. Cool. I'll check it out. Again, with that in mind, Radio Fi. But yeah, just because, so more doesn't always mean better. So Kiki, if you spend some time now thinking about the type of people, the types of relationships that you want to attract into your life, from now until a year from now, and write all of that down. It'll make it easier when those people start appearing in your life. It'll make it easier for you to determine, is this someone I should keep around or not? Your fiance and I will be moving to a new Perfect. So your relationship is getting more serious, and then you're meeting other people, most likely moving into a new place. So that is the focus of this year. It's expanding your relationships, expanding the types of people and the depth of relationships that you have. So you and your fiance will be either getting married within this year or just deepening your commitment to each other, that sort of thing. So you see, astrology is really cool. You can definitely see the influence of the transits once you know what you're looking at, once you know what you're looking for. And that can be kind of difficult sometimes because astrology is really big. It's so much more than just your sun sign, and even more than your sun, moon, and rising, right? People love to be like, what's your big three? And that's great, but you need to know your whole chart. You need your whole chart after you buy your house. Okay, that's dope. Sounds like it would track. How soon are you moving? Because Jupiter is going to be in that house of Gemini until next June. So we have a full year of that expansion energy going on. So it's very likely that it'll happen before June or within that time, or really shortly after Jupiter moves into Cancer, because Cancer is about your home life. You got engaged before the panorama, so you had to hold off. Okay, well then it sounds like it's completely within the realm of possibilities. And if that's something you want to focus on, that's an intention of yours, then today would be a good day to, like, I don't know, do a little bit of planning, wedding planning, or shopping around for houses, looking on whatever website you guys use. Just take a few steps in that direction today, just to build the, not to build the momentum, but to take advantage of the momentum that we already have created with the new moon in Gemini, okay? So, yeah, look at houses today, look at moving companies today, look at potential wedding venues, just like stay open to it, stay curious right now, and hopeful, because having hope is a big part of faith, right? Faith and hope. You need both of them, not on some religious stuff, but there is truth, objective truth in religious talk. And one of them is about faith and hope, how those two things help you to reach your end goal a lot more quickly, easily, peacefully. Right, because when you feed into fear or anxious thoughts, anxiety is a type of fear, it moves you out of the vibration that you need to be in to receive more abundance, okay? You've been looking at houses for weeks. You'll be traveling to the new province. Yes, that's exciting. Well, congrats, Kiki. It's going to be a great year for you. Just keep moving in the direction of your goals, okay? Today, especially, do something small every day because it's all about the cumulative effect. Okay, little things every single day get you closer and closer and closer to where you want to be. If you do nothing, you don't get closer. And it's the same thing of like, I don't know, some things feel futile in the moment, but if you do these things frequently over time, it does make a big difference. So I guess what I'm saying is consistency is key. You got to keep on showing up. Keep showing up for yourself, for your dreams, for your goals, for the things you say you care about, because the planets are watching. God is watching, ancestors watching, Saturn is watching. Whoever you attribute energy to, they're watching. And you should be a good person anyway. You should work on your goals anyway, but like knowing that you're being observed sometimes makes it a little bit easier. Seeing the bank for updates leaving. Okay, that's dope. That's dope. See, it's already in motion, and you just got to keep your frequency high. You got to take those steps like we've been talking about. Looks like you're already doing it. But I say all that to say the universe is supporting you. The cosmos are literally supporting you in these endeavors. And it's so interesting when we pull our birth charts, we can see what's happening for us. It makes the unconscious, the stuff that's running in the background, it makes that conscious. It brings it to the table and it's like, look, this is what's happening. This is why it's happening. And here is how you can use it to your advantage, or use the energy to your advantage, or not get caught up or swept up in the details, because ultimately it is energy that's moving through us. So we are experiencing things that are just moving through us. But that's exciting, Kiki. Congrats to you. If you know what house you have Gemini in, put it in the chat and I will tell you a couple things that you might want to focus on with this new moon and the Jupiter in Gemini transit. If you want me to pull it for you and give you a mini reading, you can send the $15 to bohohealingco and I will read your chart, show you your chart right now. But the free version, go find a chart calculator online, type in your birthday, your birth information, and look for the house that you have Gemini in and put it in the chat. I know it's a lot of steps, but you can do it. You can do it if you're really curious. If you're really into like knowing yourself, if you're really into growth, learning how to love yourself, those sorts of themes, then astrology can help you with that. It's 11:11 over here, but it does require a little bit of action. Okay, so you got to use the Google box, or you got to pay someone else to use the Google box for you. And I'm here for whatever you want. I also have the cards here with me if you want to send a donation for a card reading. Otherwise, where do you have Gemini in your chart? Go find it. Go find it. Put it in the chat. What house do you have Gemini in? and I'll let you know what's being highlighted for you. But I need to know you have Gemini somewhere in your chart. It's in one of the houses. It's numbered. It's either number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, or 12, because there are 12 houses in your chart. It's like a pie that is sliced into 12 different pieces. And one thing I love about this age of the internet is you can literally learn anything that you want to learn by yourself. You don't have to have anyone else do it for you unless you want some help. I'm the type of person, I like to learn on my own. So most everything that I learned, I've taught myself. I have a master's degree in education. So first they taught me how to teach. And then I used all of that to teach myself literally everything else that I learned. So we got to use what we have to our advantage. Come on. You're the same way, you like to learn at your own pace, for sure. And I don't like the way a lot of people teach. I don't like it. Because I'm like, wait, I don't understand. But I was a teacher for like 7 or 8 years in public school. That really helped me understand, okay, how do we break things down so that anyone at any level can learn and follow along? Because I taught I taught anywhere from 12 to 19. And some of the 12-year-olds understood things better than the 19-year-olds, vice versa, anywhere in between. So I have a lot of experience adapting information into like different flavors so that everybody can learn whatever it is that they need to learn. So that's one thing. I don't want to be a teacher again. Not in the public schools. That is not a goal of mine. But one thing I am really grateful for from that experience is learning how to teach. Through and through, I learned how to teach, man. And I'm confident that I could teach anyone anything. It might take a little minute to figure out the lesson plan or to figure out a way to help you know what I'm talking about, but I could do it. I got one of my favorite teaching positions that I had was at a detention facility for violent and repeat offenders in Los Angeles. So there was a lot of like really violent, obviously criminals there, and we learned a lot. I got some of my best progress reports from that group of people, and I always say it was easier to teach them at the detention facility than it was in public schools. It really it's wild how that worked, but of course there was a lot of issues. We did have a lot of fights randomly. There was some race wars sometimes, but that wasn't toward me. That was to each other. So there was a lot of weird things that happened there. But in terms of students, I had some really positive experiences, like teaching people things in the detention facility. And that was my first teaching job. So it helped me really learn how to break it down, because these guys, they were in the streets most of their life, So they might have been 19, but they were working at like a 3rd grade reading level. So I had to take, something that is on grade level, so 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th grade, and then put it into something that someone with a 1st grade reading level could understand. So I learned so much in that job. But yeah, that's probably my favorite one that I've had. I wouldn't do it again. I'm good. I don't want to do that again. But while it was like it's still some of the best memories and teaching moments of my whole life. So, not doing it again though. I want to teach on my own terms now, and I'm more interested in teaching like astrology and tarot and teaching about the subconscious and meditation and ways to regulate your mind and your emotions and, you know, actual like life skills that help you to move through your life in a way that is a lot more supported and holistic. Um, I used to teach English, and that's great. People definitely need to know how to read. But at this point in my life, it's more so about managing your mind and learning about the self. I feel like the more that you learn about yourself, the more that you can make conscious, the more that you can have an active role in your own life. Because did you know that your subconscious rules 90% of your daily actions, which is crazy because it's called your subconscious. So you feel like, oh, it's not as important as my conscious. Hi, Ty. It's been so long. When in reality, it is the most important thing we should be paying attention to. It's the thing that's going on in the background while we do all of our activities, is really running the show. And you can see this in the way that, you know, you react to certain situations. Sometimes you're like, you react the same way to the same stimuli. That's because it's an unconscious pattern. Okay, but once you're like, oh, I break down anytime this thing happens, then you can start to create a plan to break that cycle, right? To behave in a different way. But you can't do that until you realize that you're acting unconsciously. So, one thing that I love about astrology is it shows you what software you were given when you were born. It shows you your basic reactions. It shows you the way, if this were a computer game, it shows you like all the stats, all the build of your avatar, right? So I'm a Taurus. So some of the stereotypes about Taurus is we could be really lazy. We could be money hungry. We could also be determined. We could eat too much, those sorts of things. So once you know like basic statistics about yourself, you can make sure like, oh, am I doing that thing where I'm too lazy? Am I doing that thing where I'm too stubborn? Am I doing that thing where I'm using food to make me feel good instead of to nourish my body, you know? So once you have these things, and it goes deeper than that, but everyone knows their sun sign for the most part. So once you know these unconscious patterns that you have, you can then choose, make a different choice, right? If you don't even realize that you're doing things, um, you can't change it, right? What up, Deep? You can't change what you are unaware of. And astrology helps pull those things into your awareness. So you can see, yeah, I really like this when I'm determined. I like that I'm hardworking, but I don't really like that I can, you know, shut people out, or I could be too hard headed to take advice. So I'm going to work on these things, and I'm going to keep doing these other things. So for me, astrology is more of a personal development tool, a way to help make sure that you're growing, help you see like what you're going through in terms of energy, um, objectively, right? Taking the feelings out of it. What does this chart say? What do these transits mean? How is this potentially impacting me? How can I work with it? How can I grow from it? So that's why this Patreon that I have linked, it's not for everybody. You love that? It's not for everybody because, um, you know, it's for people who are wanting to learn more about themselves, learn more about their patterns, improve upon the design. Okay. Astrology isn't the thing that has the power. It's what we do with it that has the power. Starting class, Pisces. Hey! I love that. I love it. I love it. So that's what Lover Goddess is. It's the Patreon that I have linked. It's a monthly subscription every month. Um, there's a whole lot. I'm always updating the Patreon. Yeah, I would love to see you there, Ty. So, what how that differs from what I do on here is I work with you one-on-one to dig into your birth chart, to look at your transits, to see what's coming up. I also read tarot. You don't have to be part of the tarot if you don't want to, but I feel like tarot and astrology do work really well together. Some people in the Patreon are wanting to learn how to read tarot. I got you. Some are wanting to learn how to read astrology. I got you. And the way that we'll be doing that is with your one-on-one readings and your personal chart. Because I feel like there's no better way to learn astrology than to look at your own chart and learn about yourself, see how it resonates with you. And the same thing with tarot. By giving you mini readings and associating the tarot cards with certain things that you have going on in your life, it helps you to understand the modality even better. So, the Patreon is for the mentoring. It helps me to identify who's serious about learning. Hey, you're making your second deck. That's dope. Um, Also, we focus on the new moon in the Patreon. So every month I provide a digital guide for you to work with during that respective full moon. So, and I post that the week before the full moon. So when you join, you'll notice the new moon guide for June 6th. That one already passed, but you can get an idea. Yes, it does teach you a lot about yourself. You can get an idea of what's coming up for the next month's digital guide. I also provide energy healing to anyone who is down on that day. So I'm a Reiki practitioner as well, and I send you a Reiki energy to amplify whatever goals, intentions you set for yourself. So that's one aspect of it, is the digital new moon guide that you get. I also do Patreon exclusive podcasts where we break down certain subjects. I give you the tea on my life and what I'm doing, because a lot of a lot of my chart wants me to teach others by what I'm learning and what I'm going through. So my crazy roller coaster life helps you know that you're not alone. So I dive into the things that I've been going through over there. Some of it's boring, some of it's really interesting. Um, and I say that, you know, I say that objectively. My life kind of goes crazy. I go through like little periods where it's like chill and not much going on, and then it's like woohoo, roller coaster, roller coaster. But the beauty of it is there's always something to learn. There's always something to learn. So I have the Patreon exclusive podcast, because I do have a free podcast, y'all. I do have free version of everything that I'm talking about. It's called Lover Goddess, and on there I've talked about so much already. But there's some things happening in my life right now that I cannot talk about to just anybody. I need to know who's listening. So those sorts of details and kind of like the ongoing of what's happening is going to stay on Patreon, because I know who's over there. Yeah, so we do podcast episodes. I do lives there. Ooh, I love that, Kiki. I love it. As well as weekly forecasts. So each week we do a forecast by sign, by sun and rising sign, of what you can expect, the different planetary transits that are happening that week, all kinds of stuff. So if you're interested, go ahead and click the link, join our Patreon. But like I said, this is not like, don't join it unless you want to learn more about yourself. Because that's what this is about, is learning learning more about who you are, learning to love who you are, learning to love learning, you know. So if that interests you, check it out or share it with someone who you think could be interested. This is my new, it's not new, but this is new to me. This is a book that I'm reading to find, because one thing about astrology, you're never done learning. You're never ever done learning. You have to keep on learning. So this one I haven't read yet. I've just been going through and picking up other nuance. One thing I like about it is these people must be black or something, because like look at the artwork. So this one is for Pisces. Look at that. Isn't it so nice? It's a black lady. And all of them are black. This is Aquarius. So pretty. So, you know, I'm a Taurus. I'm a sucker for aesthetics. I really like having that artwork in there. It's just gorgeous. This book also teaches you how to draw charts. So if there were no computers, it tells you how to draw up. It is beautiful, right? How to draw up a birth chart doing the math. So that's always good to know in case the internet stops stops being the internet. And Ty, I forgot to tell you, I'm doing well. The baby's doing well. She's asleep right now. Her birthday is on Monday. She's gonna be 2. She's gonna be 2. She's already talking up a storm because she's a Gemini. Just like, oh my gosh. This baby, she talks in her sleep. She's always talking. And she speaks very well. So it's like, it's not like goo goo gaga. It's like random stuff. She's so random. I was about to put her on blast, but I'm not gonna do that. Cause she says some weird stuff. She says some weird stuff. I'm like, are you okay? Are you okay, little 2-year-old? No, but she's awesome. She's healthy. She's happy. I'm blessed to be her mother. Oh, yeah. Yeah, her chart is incredible. I love it so much. And I've already been teaching her things. Like, this is I love this bracelet. She loves it too. So she already knows what all the stones are. And her favorite is, she'll say, lapis lazuli. Lapis lazuli. Oh, yeah? Picking up signs at age 1. Dang. Dang. Yeah. Lily Moon loves tarot. She loves the cards. She loves astrology. She has a little book about Gemini. So she said, I'm a Gemini. Yes, you are. Definitely. Through and through. So, yes. How are you, though, Ty? Isn't it, Kiki? That art is so beautiful. And all of them are in that style. So all of them are brown people, which I love. I didn't realize that was, I don't know. I feel like these authors have to be black or something. They gotta be. Because you don't normally see brown people in astrology books. It looks familiar. Yeah. Let me see if there's an artist associated with it. Maybe it's one of the Parkers. It's Julia and Derek Parker. I don't know if they're the same one that make the art or not. But she picked out some cards and she picked up the same ones that came out in your reading. Oh my goodness. Isn't that Hello. I got a phone call. It took everything offline. Okay, we're back. Oh, we're back. You're moving to Texas in 2 weeks. What part of Texas are you moving to? And congrats, that's dope. I want to move. I'm trying to move out of here, but we'll see when that happens. I don't know where that is. Where is that near? Which, is it near Dallas? Is it near Austin? Is it near Houston? I live in Albuquerque right now. I want to move back to New Orleans. That is the goal. It's just a matter of when. So we're working on that part right now. Going back to the South because it's been nice here, but there's no water. And I miss the humidity. I miss black folks everywhere. Because out here it's more like white people and Hispanic people, which is cool, but like I want to see more black people. Like that's what I want to do. Yes, we do need the water. 30 to 40 minutes from Houston. That's dope. Because Houston's not far from New Orleans. Hello. But yeah, I'm tired of not being around black people. And I'm tired of my daughter thinking like every black woman is one of her relatives. I'm just like, if you were around more black folks, you would be able to see like the difference. Because she's always like, Titi, mama. No, girl. No. So we're gonna let somebody have box braids immediately. Titi. Anybody wears a bonnet. Mama. No, girl. So she obviously needs to be around some more black people so she recognizes the differences. Oh, man. That's so funny. Yeah, they are too cute and too funny. They just be saying everything. He's call every white man daddy. Yeah. Oh, man. Let's see. Let's pull a card for the room today. They are, and by they, I just mean my one, because I'm one and done. Big blessings, yes, absolutely. But also, I'm never doing it again. Also, I'm done. Okay, this is the Angels and Ancestors deck. So if this resonates with you in the room, wonderful. Yes, I am. Ty. Yes, I am. I am 35 years old. I am finito. I'm not with her dad. I don't need another baby dad. I have one. I have one daughter. We're good. We're good over here. There's one. Let's see what else. We are done. It's been real. It's been fun. What else do we need to know? Okay, we have 3. That's always a good number. All right. So the first card is Earth Guardian. It says, stay rooted and grounded. And I've been preaching this ever since the sun went into Gemini. Things are speeding up. Our minds are speeding up. Communication is speeding up. But We still need to pay attention to our bodies. We still need to be in our bodies, to ground down, to spend time in nature, to make sure our roots are strong. Your next one, and the rest is going to be, girl, Ty, you're tripping. No, just kidding. I love that you know that you want more children. I'm the complete opposite. I'm like, yep, experienced it. It's been cool. Like, all I need is one. Okay, then the next one is the Lord. It says, take charge with authority. So we just had our new moon. Now it is time for us to take some action toward our goals. Take the action toward your intentions. It's not enough just to write it down and do a ritual with it. You still need to take action toward whatever you want to create in your life. This is also the Aries card. If you see the rams back there, Mars moves into Taurus. So that's going to help us take slow, steady action toward our goals. Okay? It's going to help us stay grounded because there's a stellium in Gemini right now, meaning there's a whole lot of planets there, meaning Gemini energy is being expanded. So to have Mars, the planet of action, in Taurus, where it's a little bit slower, is to our benefit because it's going to help us make sure the steps we're taking are practical and that they are long lasting, they're foundational, okay? And the last one is the star ancestor. It says, follow the voice of your soul. So the voice of your soul is listening to your intuition, listening to the things that you're passionate about, listening to that part of you that still hopes to hope, hopes to dream, listening to that part because there's so much wisdom in your righteous desires, okay? So follow the voice of your soul, even if that shit don't make no sense. Entertain it. Allow yourself to imagine, like, okay, what if I did do this thing that I've really been wanting to do, but I've been too scared to do, or it's felt like it's not time yet? What if I did do that? What would I need to get in order to help me be successful in that way? What steps ahead can I take to help me prepare for that outcome? And you're so welcome, Ty. It's so good to see you. I'm glad you're here. Like I mentioned, I would love to see any of you in the Patreon fam. If that's not in the cards for you this month, please share it with someone who you think it could fit. I want this to be a community of people who are dedicated to themselves, to learning, to putting it in action. Because it's really easy to like sit back and do nothing with the information that you get. But the next step is to like use it and apply it to your life, right? Like, what good are the decks and the books and the blahs and the blahs if you're not actually doing anything with it? So this group is about doing, putting this into action so that we can see positive results in your life, okay? So share it with a friend. You're going to need that intuitive thinking to choose the right house. Yeah. No acting out of desperation. That's and that's a word for anything that you're going through, right? No desperation allowed. Desperation repels abundance, okay? It's repelling. You've met desperate people, right? You're always just like, oh, stop. That's enough. Desperation is yuck. So when you can remember that, like, ooh, I'm being desperate right now, anchor yourself, ground yourself in the knowledge that things are cool. It's going to be fine. It's going to be good. Never pick the first one you see. Yeah. The first one always sticks in your mind differently than the rest of them. So that's probably sound advice. But of course, with this Mars and Taurus energy, it's good. And that's going to be going on for the next like month or so, the next 6 to 8 weeks. You're not going to feel like rushing forward with your decisions, which is great. You're going to be thinking through your decisions, which is, again, great. You have ideas of what you want. Yes. I took seeing 5 houses, so we bought our first. Yes. Good, 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 good. Good. Well, Kiki, we're sending you all the love and success and happiness, good fortune, good vibes. Ty, it's so good seeing you. I'm going to read some more before this baby wakes up because she's going to wake up. And then the whole rest of the day is going to be about her. So I got to get some more studying in. I have a couple posts to make on the Patreon. So yeah, I'll see you tomorrow around the same time. This one smells so good. It's Burt's Bees, the strawberry lemonade. I put it on all the time just because I want to smell it. And it's my daughter's favorite too, so she's always trying to jack it. Like, where did you put my lip gloss? Did you make the lemonade? Yes, girl, the lemonade. Where is it? She's funny. But I gotta stop talking about her. She's gonna wake up if I keep talking about her. Well, I'll come back on tomorrow. Same time, same place.